Controlled terminology is a set of code lists and valid values that are used to populate the CDISC datasets defined by the SIND, CDASH, SDTM, DefineXML, Protocol, and Atom models. Using a controlled vocabulary facilitates data collection, aggregation, and reuse. The National Cancer Institute's Enterprise Vocabulary Services, EVS, in collaboration with CDISC, supports the controlled terminology needs of CDISC foundational and therapeutic area standards. The implementation guide for each foundational standard indicates if a variable is subject to controlled terminology. For example, in the SDTM-IG demographics domain, the column Controlled Terms, Code List or Format in the specification table will indicate if controlled terminology is available for that variable or if the variable is subject to a particular format. Formats are listed as plain text, while code lists are shown in parentheses and refer to the CDISC controlled terminology file. References to non-CDISC terminologies may also be present in this column. For example, MEDRA and LOINC. NCI EVS maintains and distributes CDISC controlled terminology as part of the NCI Thesaurus. The full set of CDISC controlled terminology is published quarterly and is available in multiple formats, including Excel, text, ODM.XML, PDF, HTML, and OWL RDF. For each controlled term, there are 8 pieces of associated information: code, code list code, whether or not the code list is extensible, code list name, CDISC submission value, which are the allowable values for data submission for the variables that are associated with that code list, CDISC synonym, CDISC definition, and the NCI preferred term. This means that there are lists of terms in sets with specific rules controlling when and how they should be used. The terms within these code lists may have relationships to other terms within other code lists. For instance, a single vital sign test value may have a constrained set of units of measure that are valid for the numeric responses to that vital sign test. These relationships are not readily apparent in the controlled terminology publication files. To address this, the controlled terminology teams have created code table mapping files based on published terminology, which show relationships between terms in different controlled terminology code lists. These supplemental files provide human and machine-readable linkages between published terms across multiple code lists and may be helpful for data quality control, CRF building, and data mapping, and can be found on the CDISC website. The use of controlled terminology underpins all CDISC foundational standards and therapeutic area user guides by defining the submission values for CDISC dataset structures. This means that because the terms and definitions are consistent across the standards, the quality and interoperability of the clinical research data is greatly enhanced. Make sure to download the latest version of CDISC controlled terminology each quarter to ensure that you have the most recent updates.